What's up, Latin dance and music community? This is a special day. My name is Edwin Rivera of the Los Angeles Salsa Festival and the World Latin Dance Cup, and I have a very, very special guest here with me today, Mr. Noel Lee, owner, creator of Monster Audio, cables, products, and the creator of Beats by Dre headphones. Noel Lee, how are you?
Everyone, thank you for having me. It was great. Fantastic.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's a historical time to have a company like yourself be a part of Latin music, Latin dancing, and we're super excited. Noel, tell the world, those people out there in South America, in Central America, in Puerto Rico, in Cuba, who Noel Lee is.
Okay. Well, listen, Noel Lee is not the energy drink guy and not the not the employment agency. We're Monster Cable.
Right.
Lots of us, when we started out with music industry, all you musicians out there know who we are. The audiophiles know who we are. We did Monster Cable, Monster Power. We built $1 billion business out of Beats by Dr. Dre. Our specialty is audio, is music, because I'm a musician myself. I'm an engineer, and I know how to get the stuff to sound fantastic. That's our claim to fame.
Wow. And now, why do you love Latin music, Noel? Like, why do you, because I heard a rumor that you love Latin music, and speaking to you a couple times, you kind of know what you're talking about.
Well, look at, Latin music is all about feel. I don't understand Spanish, and you don't have to. Look at Despacito. Nobody understands the words, okay?
That's
Not
right.
even Spanish people.
That's right.
So, look at, it's about feel, it's about movement, it's about percussion. I'm a percussionist, so I love the sound of rhythms. And, with Latin music, not only do you have rhythms, and I'm going to say it, Latin music is anything from flamenco to acoustic guitars, which I love because it's real instruments, and the counter rhythms. Okay, you don't have to be a dancer to have your body.
You just feel it. Once those polyrhythms hit, once those percussion hits,
exactly.
Once the horn hits, because I know the horns are your favorite, right?
Oh, you look at horns are like in your face. They're so powerful. But look at, our goal is to get the people to experience that music listening to the best it can be. Okay, so when you listen to one of our stuff, you hear them timbales and the cowbell and the horns, they're right there more than any other product. So that's I want to bring that, the experience of listening experience.
And have it be true to sound, right?
Because it's real instruments, okay? So, electronic instruments are cool, but they're not real, so you don't know if they're reproduced correctly or not. But you got acoustic guitar, you got vocal, you have horns, I want to hear it the way the real deal is. So when they're up on stage, when I play it through my blaster speaker or my headphones, I want to have it be as close to the music as I possibly can. And that's our goal.
Wow.
And I love Latin music because it has all of those musical elements in it, and emotion in music. If you hear it better, you feel the emotion.
Yeah, I remember I've always been a huge fan of Monster. I've always been a huge fan when Monster produced the headphones. And I remember clearly listening to, because Roberto Rowena is one of my favorite musicians, but he's an artist that used like 6 horns in his section, 2 bongos, like 6 congas, and I could clearly hear everything through my headphones and through my speakers. So I can't wait for the world, for our Latin dancers and our musicians to start hearing what Latin music should truly sound like now.
Well, look, but for dance, okay, look at, one is performing music, the other one is listening to music. But dance, you can't dance without music.
That's right.
All right? And that emotion, that energy, okay, boom, boom, if I get that, it makes me want to dance harder, right?
That's right.
So that's that's what we want to bring. So you know, we got this little dance your ass off contest,
Yep,
which
that we'll be talking about in a few
yeah,
minutes.
we'll be
Absolutely.
talking about it. But I want the dancers to experience the intensity of the music, so it gets them to go all out, you know, all in.
I love it. I know a lot of you are asking, how did this happen? How did a corporate company like Monster partner up with Latin festivals, salsa festivals? But it was because of one man, and that man, my mentor, Mr. Albert Torres. Albert
Yeah,
Torres,
rest his soul.
rest his soul, one of the founding fathers of salsa congresses, salsa festivals, gave so many opportunities, so many young people like myself, that we were able to achieve our dreams and become artists and travel the world because of him. No, how did you meet Albert? How did that happen? I mean, I don't even really know the story.
Well, you know, look, it was, you know, I heard about Albert and the great man that he was, so I looked him up on YouTube. Okay, and
You did?
yeah, well, I'm studying all the contests and things that he did, and his legacy. And it's just, I got to meet this guy, okay, because he is an OG. He is he is a legend.
Yes, he is.
And
I love that.
Yeah, well, because of
OG.
my love for the genre, and because we had not really gotten into dance, okay, because I think that's a uncharted territory for a manufacturer like us, you know, and I want to be there for all kinds of dances, but especially Latin
Be the
dances.
first one.
So I don't know how we actually hooked up, but you know, we're that dance TV show, the Jennifer Lopez one. World of Dance.
World of Dance.
Okay, World of Dance. Okay, so we were going to go down and see World of Dance in LA, and you know, just it wasn't like a long time, but we just hit it off. Okay, because he could feel, you know, my passion for the music, and you know how musicians are and people. You know, if you're in the culture, you don't have to say a lot because people feel like you know. Okay,
right.
you don't have to explain it. Okay,
right.
so that's the connection that me and Albert got, and he says, "I wanted, we got to get something going though." Okay, and I said, "I would love to. It'd be my pleasure, my honor, to you know help your legacy and do what you support what you do and bring this great sounding music to Latin dancing because it's going to benefit us, but it's also going to benefit the dancers."
That's right.
So you know we struck up a real you know family kind of friendship, and unfortunately he got ill. You know, I made a special point to go see him.
I remember that, and
with
that's how we met.
Yeah, at the hospital, and very sad. But you look at his memory, his legacy lives on through you, Edwin, and the passion lives on. And I'm here to support that. You know, I want to make sure that we deliver on the promise that Albert and I had together.
Thank you, Noel. What? I know you mentioned he was an OG, but what struck you about Albert? Like, you meet so many people on an everyday basis now. You meet people from Justin Bieber to Pooh Bears to Shakira's. You meet so many people around the world. What struck you about Albert? Like, what made him different?
Well, look at it. It's not only Albert, but it's the genre of the music. You know, there are people, especially musicians, who you know they're not making big money. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, like when I was in Spain, I saw the flamenco dancers. You know, they dance like it was the last dance before they die. Okay, I mean, it's so intense.
It's a lot
and
of
they
us.
do it every night. So that's where you know me and Albert really, you know, he knew I wasn't in it for the money. Okay, and I knew he wasn't in it for the money. It was for the passion. Yeah. Okay, it was for making people happy, bringing entertainment to people. And if I watch music or I listen to music, it's not like I'm watching dancing, okay? Because dancing is so physical, so intense, you know, from the expressions in their face,
That's
and
right.
you know, the movement. Oh, from a spectator sport, it's the best. It really is.
I really believe without dancers, music wouldn't be able to survive. Even after so many years that music is released, we have these Latin festivals around the world that continue to play music of the 70s and 60s. And these OGs
Yeah.
are so surprised that these young kids are dancing to their music. So that's why dancers are so important. I'll tell you this, I remember when you and I met for the first time. It was, I never told you this story, so if you don't mind, I want to share it with you.
Okay.
It was very polarizing. Albert was so excited. Every time you guys met or every time you guys spoke, I was always the first person he called. And I would always say, Albert, all right, take it easy. You know, let's approach it this way. Albert, it's okay. For this guy to take his time out and really appreciate what you're doing, let's take it easy. And Albert said, this is, I don't know why, Edwin, but this is the full circle for me. Meaning Noel was the full circle. I think this is the guy that's going to help take us to the level that I've always dreamed of, Edwin. And I get emotional talking about this. So I remember when I met you and you took the time out to meet Albert in the hospital. I don't know if you remember this, but you asked me, what's going to happen? What's going to happen with the festival? And what are you going to do? And I said, no, we're going to do the best that we can to keep his legacy alive. And you said, Edwin, if you ever need anything, here's my email, here's my number. Don't hesitate to call. And I took that and I treasured that. No,
Yeah.
I treasured it.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you that we are going to continue his legacy, and we did it. And we waited about 9 months to contact you. And I said, I want to show Noel what we did in honor of Albert. And I sent you the videos of the Los Angeles Salsa Festival.
Yes.
I sent you the videos of the World Latin Dance Cup. My question to you is, what was your reaction when we sent you the aftermath of what we did for Albert? Like what allowed you to say, you know what? I believe in this kid. I believe in what he's doing the same way I believe in Albert. Because you could have easily said, you know what? Albert's not here. On to the next thing. On to something else. So what made you give in?
Well, look at, I think with our culture, Asian cultures, Hispanic culture, it's really a sense of family, okay? We have obligations beyond a job, beyond doing something commercial. And this goes to that level, okay? Because you feel an obligation, you really have the opportunity. He took you from the Bronx, took you from the street, okay?
That's right.
And so many of the artists who are very authentic, that people look up to, came from street.
That's right.
Okay, because if you gave it somebody gave it to you on a silver platter, you inherited something, or somebody, when we talk about record companies building an artist up, well, that's cool. Okay, I mean, you can be very commercial, but it's not that
Organic.
authentic. So
Yeah,
if I had the choice of being authentic, because you got to be true to yourself, you got to be true to the cause. You got to be true to the art, because, dancing is an art and the music is art. So a lot of times that says, you know what, I can't be thinking if I'm going to be a megastar. If I am, that's fantastic. But if I'm not, I'm still going to play music. Okay, I'm still, still going to come from the heart. And that's what, I love about the relationship with Albert. And, Edwin, look how hard you're working. I mean, it's just amazing. Respect to you.
Thank you so much, Noel. So, Monster Cable, Monster Audio, partners up with his first Latin dance festival ever. Why is that so important? That Monster is partnering with the first ever Latin dance festival, the Los Angeles Salsa Festival.
Well, it's part of, an overall movement that, you've created that's worldwide. And for us to start at the pinnacle of all the greatness that you created, below that, people had to work their way up. It's an honor for us to be represented and to really have your blessing, because when for a company like us, we got a lot of people pulling at us. Okay,
That's right.
and a lot of musical genres pulling us. With could be country western, could be hip hop, could be rock and roll. But this is a particular passion for me that, if I can lend the Monster brand to help the genre grow, to give recognition to the artists, recognition to the dancers that they might not already have. I mean, let's put them on the website. Let's take them to CES and this contest that we're doing. Let's show them some, energy there of where they can earn their way up.
Now, why are Monster products so important to the dancers? You know, why is sound so important to them? I know you mentioned something about feel and how certain movements of dancing make you feel a certain way. Why is Monster so important to dancers?
Well, okay. Well, look, here's some of the elements in music that extract that more out of you. Well, what's more? You know, it motivates me. Okay, it moves me. So I can listen to music on a small tinny radio or cheap headphones. And I hear the music. It could be background music, but it's not going to push me to work harder. It's not going to push me to be more intense, to work that extra mile, and to get that energy, because it's like adrenaline, right? So, music creates emotions, creates some, enzymes or whatever it is in your brain that says, hey, I hear it, I feel it. I'm going to go that extra mile, and it works me through my whole body, all right? So that's where I think music, unlike anything else that one might experience, that's why live music, and I'm talking about live music live, not through a bunch of speakers, but when I hear the kick drum and the timbales and everything, that's moving. But we can't always have an orchestra with us, right? So when you're practicing, when you're listening, and when you're enjoying things, and when you're dancing, and if I can get as close to that, this will never replicate the real thing, okay? But it gets damn close.
I love it. Let's talk about the Dance Your Ass Off competition, a competition where we are going to unite all genres from around the world, the best dancers from around the world.
Yeah.
But we're going to start at the Los Angeles Salsa Festival. We already made a soft announcement with Dance Your Ass Off coming to the LA Salsa Fest, and we already have over 30 entries from around the world. No.
Well, that'll be 30,000 in a little bit.
Oh, 30,000. Talk to us about Dance Your Ass Off, please.
Okay, look, if we can do things that benefit the dancers, benefit the competition, and the sense of competing, okay, because really that's what dancing is about. And if I can compete, I want to be better. I want to be the best.
That's right.
And I want to be the winner. So I said, let's put something out there that will help them do that. So we've got some not only cash prizes but some recognition that we're going to give the winners. And so my idea was dance your ass off for 1 minute. Okay, so that means give it your all. I can do something for 5 minutes and it'll look good. If I had to condense that to a minute, you better be damn good. Every move better be
You're
like
going to put everything
solid.
you got in there.
Everything you got. And the other thing too is if we're viewing that on YouTube or the platform we're going to put out, it's great for other dancers, other people that say, you know what, I watched this for a minute. Okay, and that was great. Here's another minute. And we're gonna have the public vote, okay, for who they feel the most intense dancers are, and this elimination, from the different countries. So my goal is to have the U.S. Winners be, at your festival, and do the international winner in Spain or Paris. So we're still putting it together.
That's right, we are.
But let's give recognition to those people, and we'll do the video in the background and all that. And the only requirement is that you're using one of our blasters for the music,
To play the music.
which you need anyway, right?
That's it. That's it. Just put it in, hit play, choreography, and walk off stage.
Well, look at this is the modern boombox. Okay, so I don't.
What do you mean by that modern boombox?
Well, the old boombox, you had cassette tapes, you had the batteries and all that. So this has got, of course, rechargeable batteries, but your cassette tape is your phone. Okay, so you put the music on there and you do all your streaming selections, all that, or create your own. Okay, so stream it to this thing. It's got a subwoofer in it, so it's got that low energy and bass. So it's very exciting, and it's portable. You can just carry it with it. So with
the way they used to do it in the 80s, no? Right?
Yeah,
they used to carry that. They used to carry that boombox on the block.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of the viewers here probably are not old enough to remember that. They see it in movies.
Hey, we got some classic salseros that come to the LA Salsa Festival, so they know what we're talking about.
Well, we want to bring that back, okay? Because we did Beats by Dr. Dre headphones,
which trendsetted the world, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Trendsetted.
Because of what you heard in a headphone. You never heard a sound like that
Never.
in a headphone. And we got the Monster headphones, which is the next generation. But when you are listening to that, everybody's focusing on being personal. And look, that's nothing wrong with that. You're in the subways, you're in the offices, you're in the library. You don't want to be bothered. But what happened to the sense of community? Okay, what happened to the sense of sharing? And because the silent discos, I can see you dance, I'm dancing, but I can't hear it together. Right?
No.
So this whole sense of the blaster, I want to bring back that sense of community. Okay, because that's where bee dancing started. That's where dancing in the streets started, and we gotta explode that because it's being underserved. You don't have a good product like that.
No, we don't.
To be able to share music with.
Well, no. We have these gatherings after the events. They're called after parties. And the hotels love us for it. Actually, they don't. But after all of our festivals, everybody always gathers to somebody's suite or somebody's room. And honestly, no one has the best radio. So now we're going to start carrying these to our after parties, all right?
Yeah.
We're going to start carrying these.
You'll have security banging on the door. Turn that thing down.
Well, actually, we're this close now to controlling the whole hotel at the LA Salsa Festival. Yeah. So we're going to have after parties at the floor because no one's going to complain because we're all there for one purpose, to dance Latin music. So we're almost close, and we find that on Tuesday. So, no, before we let you go, one of my final questions, what's the vision for you? What's your goal for the Latin community with Monster? Besides dancing, what's your goal for us and our partnership?
Look, when I first met Albert, first of all, Spanish music especially, Chick Corea, My Spanish Heart. Wow. Okay, he introduced, the Spain. Okay,
right.
The song, right, with Aldro or Stevie Wonder and all the folks in Chick Corea who did that. So that's always been that fusion, but it hadn't blown up to the extent that it has now. And when I was such a fan of Spanish music, I didn't know it was going to blow up. Oh my God! You can't think of being at a better place in time. Okay, and what it does, and I think for Spanish music, for other music like Italian, French, Chinese, okay, that you don't have to know what the words mean.
That's right.
Okay, I mean that is just so amazing.
You'd be amazed, Noel, at the doctors, the lawyers, these brain surgeons that come into our salsa clubs and just dance, and they dance on beat. In Japan, Noel, you have these women walking into the salsa clubs with kimonos. They unwrap their hair, take the kimono off, and here's this beautiful salsa dress. And they don't understand the words.
Well, speaking about dress, it's not only the movements and the emotion. It's how the dress. Look at your jacket, man.
Inspired by Ray Charles, by the way.
It's so expressive,
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
And that's another part of the Latino culture that is, family, sharing,
That's right. Prideful.
emotion, authenticity. You know, I can talk to you. I know you're not trying to bullshit me or trying to get something out of me, right?
That's right.
But that's
Thank you.
the honesty. And you had a phone call with my friend Esther. You know,
Yes.
she's a musician. She's been my friend 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And she calls me all the time, checking up on me. It's like mama, you know.
That's right.
But
do.
it's real.
Absolutely.
And that's I think for the future, I think it says a lot for us to support that, but you've broken through a glass ceiling, okay, because you've shown the world music is not just about the lyrics, okay, because lyrics are really important, right? But if you don't understand the lyrics, it's about the feel, the movement, the rhythm, the bass line, and the energy of which you perform, okay? So that's 90% of the music. The other part, if I can understand the words, you know, because I don't like all the words that are out there these days, you know.
You know, just a few of them, you know.
I said, how many times do you have to mention the N word in a song, you know?
Right.
So
Right.
but lyrics are beautiful.
Yes.
They're some of the most beautiful songs have the best lyrics. You combine that with the emotion, with the energy, and with dance. Yeah, that's the ultimate high.
No. What can everyone expect from Monster this coming weekend at the Los Angeles Salsa Festival? You guys are going to be there. You guys are going to see what we do. What can these dancers expect from you guys this weekend?
Well, listen, I want to go there to meet people, okay? And I want people to come up to me and not think I'm a corporate CEO, because I'm just an only musician trying to bring great music to everybody, right? So I want to be able to meet as many people as I can, because I'm there for the warmth, the energy, the authenticity, the family feel. I think I'm going to be walking into one big family.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, because you know when you know, like the Monster Kids, they're a Hispanic family I helped in L.A. You know, they're real. You know, and they call me all the time. And it's, no, when you coming down? You know, it's not because you know they're looking for something from me. They just want me to be there with the kids. You know, so. That's what I love about it, and boy, if I could have that more often times in my life, and if I could have, you know, share that with other executives, you know, or
I think the world will be a better place.
the world would be a better place, okay, because we're too business.
Yeah.
Okay, the corporate environment, you know, I'm going to say some of the greed that goes on out there, some of the scamming and stuff like that is really negative. But it doesn't have to be that way, okay? Because you can have both.
Yes.
Okay, you can have that sense, feel, authenticity, the music, and what it brings as both a listener, but also as a creator. Okay, and you know, I've got to tell you a story. I had
Please.
Stevie Wonder called me and he says, "No, come on down to the studio." I says, I'm on my way to the airport, Stevie. No, come on down to the studio. So I go down to the studio. It's only him, right? And he's got this really big, great room that has a piano. And he started singing to me, you know, and my guest. And he was just, you know, Golden Lady, my Sharia Moore. And, you know, and with Stevie, once he gets going, you can't turn him off, okay?
Wow.
You know, there's no audience. It's me, right?
That's right.
And to hear that authenticity with the grand piano, no acoustic microphones or anything like that, and him and the purity of his voice. Oh man, I videoed it a little bit on my phone. It's pure magic. Okay, when you have an artist like Stevie, who is, you know, the songwriter's songwriter, and paints his picture with his lyrics and with the rhythms. You know, you just feel so warm and so happy to be alive.
Right.
You know, it's really one of the rewards that you experience in your lifetime.
Yes.
So,
That feeling that you have, and I think I can speak for everyone out there, is the same feeling we have with our Latin dance community. Majority of us were people who only dreamed but because of this music and the people we've met around the world, we're now living this lifestyle that we never thought we would have had.
Yeah.
And everyone's so happy. Most of us are not rich at all financially, but we are rich with family. We are rich with culture, and in my opinion, there's no money value to that. I'd rather keep...
Can't buy that.
You can't.
Buy that, you know. And look at when you, what makes you happy? Okay, well, you know, you're taught that money is going to make me happy. Success is going to make me happy. A better job is going to make me happy. Fancy cars make me happy. But, you know, it really doesn't. Okay, so if you look at the people who achieve or have those things, they got their more than their share of issues. And then I see a family who's like, they love each other, they respect each other, respect other people, and they're happier than anybody.
Yeah.
It's just so rewarding
That's
to
right.
see that, you know, happiness is not about financial success. Okay, it's about sharing emotions, sharing love, you know, sharing friendships. That, you know, that's what life's about, right?
Yeah, that's right. Well, in my humble home of the Bronx and in my humble home of Puerto Rico, my mother in the Bronx has pasteles and pana waiting for you. It's Puerto Rican food.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
like,
Oh,
dile,
nice.
I'm going to say it exactly the way I just said it in Spanish. Dile a No que venga para Nueva York, que le tengo una comida que le va a encantar. And my aunts in Puerto Rico, you know, I told them, they're my great aunts. And they're very close to me. They're my father's aunts. And I'm telling them about you and Monster. And they're like, ¿qué es Monster? Un monstruo. Like, what is that, a creature? Oh, no, Titi, check this out. And they looked you up and they're like, Dile in one of his business trips to make a stop in Puerto Rico. And we want to
my
give him a
pleasure.
feast.
It would be
All
my
right?
pleasure.
So you have humble homes for you over in Puerto Rico and the Bronx.
Well, look, I know it's going to be home cooked food, and
That's right.
it's going to be cooked with a lot of love.
You might not leave Puerto Rico now, so. All right. So, no, we don't want to take
All right,
too much
man.
of your time.
Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you, and we're going to make you proud, and thank you for believing in us. Los Angeles Salsa Festival, May 24th to the 27th, 20 years of inspiration. Like Albert used to say, una bulla.
Be there.